Hi guys, this is Sicelo Kumano from Property Sales Machine. As promised, I'm sharing strategies on how to buy property without a payslip. I shared strategy number 1, which was how to buy property for cash. I shared strategy number 2, which was how to get your own payslip for your own, because you don't have a payslip, but you've got your own business that's giving you a good income, but you don't have a payslip. I shared a strategy on how to can get that payslip so you can apply for the home loan and then you can get that property. Strategy number 3 today is a little bit more complicated, ideal for more established businesses. If you really want to get maybe property for your business to run the business premises, or even a house that you can maybe still use for business reasons as well. Anyways, how this happens is you then go ahead and get a bookkeeper. Again, bookkeeper slash financial planner, but rather an accountant, let's say, right? You get your accountant to give you financials for your company. Now, what the banks will want if you are in this position is they'll want 2 years financials. That means your business must have been in existence for at least 2 years, right? Number 1. And number 2 is the business must be making enough profit, right, per annum to show that you can afford to pay the extra home loan that you want to pay for, right? So you basically will be taking a business loan, right? Now, how this will work is, once again, they'll want 2 years financials. They'll want the business's 6 months bank statements. They'll want the business's registration documents. They'll want management accounts from the end of the last financial year to whatever month you are in at the moment you make the home loan. The home loan application. And of course, businesses are aware, or banks rather, are aware of the fact that you cannot look at the business without looking at the business owner in terms of assessing the risk of the business. Therefore, they'll still want your ID copies and your proof of residence. Of course, that is standard requirements for any home loan, or any loan, in fact, that you take in SA. But in addition to that, they'll also want your 6 months bank statements as the individual business owner, and they'll need to make sure that you have a good credit score, right? So both the business and you being the business owner must have a good credit score. Now, this is of course slightly more complicated, but only if you don't have an accountant helping you. If you do, and your business is actually making a profit, then to be honest with you, it's not that complicated at all, right? It's sad how many people I meet have successful businesses but are not able to get home loans because they are just too lazy to get their accountants to help them out with the books. Some people feel that the paying for the accountant to help them with the books is too expensive, but they don't realize the lost opportunity of them not being able to enter the market just because they were trying to save a couple of thousands. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, that's the one thing. Secondly, is another major advantage in being able to get a business loan, rather, that you'll be using to buy a property. Obviously, it will be secured by the property itself, right? So the interest rates are not so bad in most cases. And in addition to that is NCA, the National Credit Act, and some of the restrictions that they have on individuals in the act, trying to prevent individuals from being overexposed to debt. Do not apply. Some of the rules of the NCA do not apply to businesses. Meaning, for an example, let's say you're an individual, right? And being this individual, you earn a salary of, say, 40,000 rands a month, right? Now that means you can qualify for, let's say, give or take about, say, 1.5 million, right? If you earn 40,000 rands per month before deductions, right? Now, being that individual, it means the maximum that the banks are legally allowed to give to you is plus minus, right? Plus minus about, say, 1.5 based on current interest rates as at 2021, right? Now, here's the thing. If you are a business and you make a profit of, say, 40,000 rands a month, the banks can legally afford to give you more because they don't have to assume that you must still have living expenses and this, because a business doesn't necessarily have living expenses like a person does, right? So if your income, your salary is 40,000 rands a month, and a business makes a profit of 40,000 rands a month, the business can, in some instances where the risk and everything is assessed and the business is relatively found to be low risk by the banks, the banks can legally grant the business more than 1.5 because the National Credit Act specifically applies more to individuals than to businesses. It's meant to protect individuals from getting over indebted and having their credit scores messed up, but not necessarily for businesses, because the assumption is that businesses have got their advice, have got their accountants, have got the teams to know what they're doing. Right now, guys, of course, this is a little bit deep, it's a little bit complicated to some people, but get your financial planner. This is not legal or financial advice. It's purely meant to share my experience, my thoughts in terms of what I know has worked for some of my clients in this space. And of course, I would love more and more people to get into the game of real estate. And as such, I thought I should share this idea. So in summary, strategy number 3 is get your financials in order for you to be able to get your home loan, right? It's that simple. Get your financials in order, speak to your accountant, let them help you, then you'll be able to buy another property if you already have one, or your first property if you don't have one. Now that's your strategy number 3 on how you can buy property if you don't have a pay slip. Right, guys, please like us, share this video, and we are all over the place. Like, share, ask questions. We really appreciate the questions that have been coming through. Ask more questions so we can share more of what we love the most. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.